Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, dear listeners and viewers. We are delighted to welcome for our Boycott for Justice segment, Press Officer and Chairman of the Safad Foundation for Palestine Drinks, Mohamed Kiswani. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now,
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Now, viewers, listeners, you, I hope, are amongst the many people who are already boycotting Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and other drinks associated with the Israeli genocide. I unfortunately still sometimes come to a restaurant or a takeaway and still hear people asking for Coca-Cola. If you want to know why you should not buy Coca-Cola, well, they have a plant in an illegal settlement in the West Bank, in Palestine, in an Israeli settlement called Atarot. If that is not reason enough, then just consider this. The money that you spend on Coca-Cola, the money that you spend on Starbucks is directly funding genocide in Gaza and ethnic cleansing in the West Bank. And now, of course, there are alternatives. Within Palestine itself, there is something called Crazy Cola. And within the rest of the world, there is something called Palestine Cola. I'm sure you've seen it. You've just heard the ad for it. So, Mr. Kiswani, please tell us a little bit about the journey that led to the creation of Palestine Cola. What inspired this initiative?
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, of course, I can answer that. This initiative was taken in late 2023, about 1.5 years ago. And it was inspired by the urge of creating a foundation for aid to the Palestinian victims of this the wars in Palestine. And to realize this, we needed some kind of a business that could fund these aid projects, and we thought, what better than a soft drink? That's one of the most sold items in the world today.
So what makes Palestine Cola stand out in terms of its taste and quality? I've tried it myself, by the way. So I have to say, alhamdulillah, I don't drink fizzy drinks much, but I did enjoy it very much.
Well, the taste is all people on earth have different tastes and taste buds, but we have a very fresh taste, we will say, and the most outstanding with our soft drink, I think, is that we don't use the preservative that is used by the major soft drink brands. We use a kind of a method called pasteurization to kill all bacteria and to have it preserved in a better, healthier way.
So it's a much healthier alternative as well. That's wonderful. The branding that you have incorporates really powerful Palestinian symbols like the olive tree, the kafia, etc. Can you tell us about the significance of making those choices?
You are asking about the symbols on the cans, right. Yes.
Yeah, the kafia
these Palestinian symbols are very common for us. We have been living with them all life. We all have Masjid al-Aqsa in our offices. We always have the olive tree, which is the oldest olive tree in the world, is found in Palestine, and the heritage and the history of Palestine was built on olives and olive oil, and this was a great, very big financial, economical base for the Palestinians for thousands of years. And then we have the kufiyya, which is a common clothing that has been used by farmers and fishermen in Palestine for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the late 100 years have been a symbol of the Palestinian identity. So it really deserves to be highlighted. That's why we chose to put it on all our cans.
Alhamdulillah, I have mine here with me. And
MashaAllah.
in fact, last year on this program, we did an entire segment on kufia and its significance in Palestine culture, the
Yes.
different patterns, the different villages, the colors, etc.
Yes.
And hopefully, we did educate the viewers a little bit about the fact that there are not just red and white and black and white kufia, but many, many different patterns. We also visited the largest and oldest Palestinian kofia factory in Hebron, the only one remaining now, the Hirbawi factory. So we very glad to see the kofia symbols on your branding. You mentioned earlier that all the profits from Palestine Cola, Palestine drinks go towards supporting Palestinians. How exactly do you channel these funds, and which organizations or initiatives do you support?
We channel these funds through already established organizations and that already have teams on the ground
Right.
in Palestine today. We don't have our own team down there, so we are in cooperation with food and water projects and healthcare projects with already established organizations like the Child Fund. It's the Italian We World. We have the European PALMED, which is Palestinian medical doctors doing health care projects. We have
Uh-huh.
the Norwegian NORWAC, the WHO health projects that we are also cooperating with. And we also have some youth organizations like Rawahel and the Champion Club in Gaza.
Oh, mashallah, that's wonderful. So, listeners and viewers, if you're still not convinced about why you should not be drinking Coca Cola, let me tell you a little anecdote about how Coca Cola tried to rescue its falling sales in Bangladesh recently. What they did was they put out an advertisement where a young man goes to a shop, he's offered a Coca Cola by the shopkeeper, and he says, "No, I'm not supporting that place." He doesn't mention Israel per se. And then the store owner says, "No, no, no, but they have a plant in Palestine." As you might imagine, that backfired big time because the plant, as I said to you earlier, is not in Palestine, it's in the occupied West Bank. And it is in a settlement that is built on illegally built on Palestinian land by Israeli settlers. So that was one real bomb this time by Coca-Cola in Bangladesh. And since then, their sales have gone down even further, exponentially. The other thing that you should not be supporting, and I know many of you do love their coffee, I'm not sure why, because it's always burnt, is Starbucks. And why you should not be supporting Starbucks is another bomb. They released a special cup design for Ramadan, very tone deaf amid the global boycott concerns. And Starbucks also has manufacturing facilities in Israel, retail outlets in Israel. They've got a manufacturing plant in the West Bank, and they also have a lot of support for the Israeli occupation forces. So, really, another brand to not support. But let's come back to you, Brother Mohammed Kiswani. What are your plans further for Palestinian drinks? I see that recently you've broken into the American market, the US market. That must be quite an exciting development.
It is an exciting development. It took us many months to do all the paperwork and regulations for the U.S. market, uh, but we have been planning it thoroughly, and it has been a success. There is a very large community of customers that really demand our kind of alternative products, and it's been a joy. We have been sending containers after containers, and the demand is still very high. And we we are we are in the belief that America, or United States in particular, will be one of our largest markets for this brand.
Inshallah, despite the
Inshallah.
new Trump administration and its policies towards Palestinian supporters, like the arrest of Khalil Mahmoud earlier this week and his disappearance, despite him being a permanent resident there. But we really wish you everything of the best for your expansion there. After the United States, what's the next ground you want to conquer?
The next ground is we have been starting a small launch in the Middle East, but we will be doing much more. We have surprises. We just started production in Egypt, and will be uh, marketing and expanding very much in the North African market, as well as the whole African continent, inshallah. And after
Inshallah.
that, it will be South Asia and Australia. It's only a matter of time before we are all continents in the world, inshallah.
Inshallah. Subhanallah, that's wonderful. I hope my Egyptian friends who might be listening heard that. There's a plant planned for Egypt and then an expansion into the Maghreb region, the North African region, and
Yeah.
further into Africa. Alhamdulillah. As I said, we wish you everything of the best with that, Brother Muhammad. And please do tell the Hassouni family that we know of their story of resilience and displacement. We know that their Palestinian heritage shapes the vision behind this brand. And we know that their generosity is taking a large percentage of the profits to Palestinians, as you explained to us earlier. So we do appreciate them and we will endeavor to support them here as much as we can. We have a message here on screen saying from Khadija Mahida, we in Africa already support Palestine Drinks Africa. And she says Palestine Drinks Africa is currently running an advertisement on Salam Media for Palestine Drinks. Yes, Sister Khadija, we actually ran that just before we came to this interview with Brother Mohamed Kiswani. So we're very, very appreciative that Palestine Drinks Africa has brought the drink into South Africa and hopefully soon into the rest of Africa. And as Brother Mohammed said, to the rest of the world and beyond. Thank you very much, Brother Mohammed Kiswani, for making the time to be with us today. Is there any final message you would like to leave our viewers and listeners with?
I just want to thank for the great support that the African community has given us, and we are very happy for all people taking selfies with our products and posting them every day. And if you haven't tried it yet, please try it. It's a great tasting drink for a great cause.
It is a great tasting drink for a great cause. Before we leave you, listeners and viewers, and Brother Mohammed, one more comment here from a listener. My name is Mohammed, and I'm very engaged with the work you do with KRM. He says they are the most active and supportive in customer care and engagement, making sure that the drink reaches every household. Palestine Drinks, please respond, please comment. So he'd like you to comment on that.
Thank you. Yes, our resellers in Africa are doing a very good job. We have just launched a couple of months ago, but we will expand more and more for every week, inshallah. And it will be better, and we will be in all provinces and all regions before the end of the summer, inshallah.
Inshallah. We wish you, as I said, everything of the best for that. And Ramadan Kareem for the rest of this blessed month of Ramadan. Please, listeners and viewers, once more, please stop supporting Coca-Cola and all ABI products. Stop supporting Starbucks. Change to Palestine Drinks. There are many alternatives available on the market wherever you may be in the world, but Palestine Drinks is currently available in South Africa. Do give it a try. Brother Mohammed, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair for being with us today.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
And with that, dear listeners and viewers, we go to an ad break, after which we'll be talking to acclaimed South African journalist Carnita Hunter about her recent visit to Syria in our Syria Focus segment.